Hi you guys, how are you all? I hope you're doing well. This is probably the most realistic get ready with me that I've ever done because I actually just hopped right out of the shower and I am getting ready for my day. And I thought I would share with you guys kind of my everyday summer makeup because I've been wearing one look pretty much every single day this summer, and I've just found that it really works for me. It's super easy. I can do it very quickly. Obviously it will take a little bit longer talking to you guys about it, but it is a super quick routine. I'm really happy about the products. But like I said, I just popped out of the shower, so I have wet hair, and what I'm about to share with you is my actual everyday makeup routine. So the only thing that I already did before I hopped on camera was I put a little bit of this Kjaer Weis Beautiful oil on. This is one of my favorite oils to prep my skin before makeup, especially if I'm having a drier skin day, which today I woke up and I was. So it just adds like a little extra slip for whatever makeup you put on top to work with, and I really enjoy using this. So I did like 3 to 4 drops of this probably about like 10-15 minutes ago, and I've just kind of like let that sink in as I got dressed and got everything set up for this video. So the first step of any routine with me, whether it be summer or winter, is an SPF. I'm quite pale, as you guys can see, and even if I wasn't, an SPF is still very important. Right now I'm using this Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. This is the tinted version. I actually meant to buy the untinted version. I don't know how I ended up with the tinted one, but I'm using it and I do like it. It's definitely a very different formula than my Suntegrity, which I enjoy so much. This one dries down quite quickly. It is quite pricey, so that's something to be aware of. My thoughts are still sort of out on this. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it best and what I really think about it and whether I think it's worth the money or not. So I find that I need about 1 to 1.5 pumps to cover my face, and as I said, this dries down. So if you're someone who doesn't like the slip that the Suntegrity gives you, then this might be worth checking out. So you only have a little while to work with it. So I try and really just make sure I cover all the surface area of my face, and now I have that nice SPF shine going on. So the next step kind of depends on my mood. If I'm feeling like I have a pretty good skin day, then I will just use my Vapor Illusionist Concealer just in the areas that I need it, maybe a little bit underneath my eyes to kind of brighten that area. But if I'm having sort of an iffy skin day, then I actually also use my Vapor Luminous Foundation. So today I'm actually going to go in with the foundation, and I just really concentrated on the areas where I need a little extra coverage. And I wouldn't describe these as particularly like heat proof or long wearing products, but what I do find is that during the summertime I gravitate still towards creams because the reality is I feel like your makeup's gonna move and melt anyway, especially if you're like me and you tend to have like oily areas or places that makeup always moves around. And so I'd rather have a product that moves but I can easily blend back out versus a powder which when it starts to move in the heat, it almost like breaks up and looks really like chunky and dry, and I really don't like that look. So I'd rather sort of deal with the maintenance of a cream product during the summer and just kind of like, you know, give my face a little rub and know that everything's going to be blended out than like have to worry about my face starting to look cakey or anything like that. And you'll notice that this routine, I think everything but one product I use my fingers because this is real life and I don't have time to wash my brushes every day after I use them. In fact, I rarely wash my brushes every week, which I know is not a good thing. I'm trying to get back into the habit of washing them more frequently. So the more I can do with my fingers, the better. And this will come as no surprise, but I am a light coverage girl. I like for my natural skin to be showing through, so I don't really care if there are like little blemishes. For example, like this bad boy is still healing, totally flat, but it does have a scab, so I probably won't cover it with any concealer because I don't want to draw attention to it and sort of, you know, get that weird dry skin around it. So I could go in and I could do more of this foundation and get a fuller coverage look, but I'm just gonna grab my concealer instead and target again the areas that I want to be brightened. So right around my nose, under my eye a little around my mouth, chin. That actually feels like plenty for me right now. I don't have any like active blemishes, they're all just kind of scars. And then again, I just kind of press everything in with my finger. And it's kind of funny, it's all in this area, so I just kind of like gonna continue the line to meet the other areas that I concealed. The light changed a little bit, but you can see that this side of my face is a lot brighter than this side. So again, I'm just going to, this is pretty gentle. I'm going a lot more gentle than I was with the foundation because I don't want this to move too much. And I'm just packing this into my skin. And for me, I always spend the most time on skin. That's where I'd rather invest my time in the morning instead of like doing an eye look or doing like a tricky lipstick or something like that. I think it's because I have troublesome skin, so it's like I want to really focus on that and make sure I feel confident. This is rarely something that I actually do in the tutorials, but I'm actually going to take a powder, and I fluctuate between two powders right now. So I either use the Kjaer Weis translucent powder or I use the Well People bio-based baked foundation. I'm going to be using the Kjaer Weis only because I re-pulled it out of my drawer and remembered why I love it so much, and I want to make sure that I'm using it. And I'm actually going to go in with a flat brush, which I know seems kind of strange, but I'm going to go in with a flat brush and I'm just going to press around the areas that I just put concealer on. So kind of around my nose, up under my eye. And if I had concealed any spots, then I would do the same thing. I would kind of press some powder on top of it. On my chin. And this is just gonna lock in that extra coverage for longer. Now it's not gonna be like, you know, foolproof if you're in 100-degree heat. Might move a little bit, but definitely helps. And if anything's looking too powdery, I just grab my finger and just kind of pat over the top of it, and the natural oil on my finger kind of helps to break it up. Again, I'm just pressing it under my eye. And at the end, I can go back in and kind of get some of these shinier areas. But I'm just gonna do my forehead really quick right in between my eyebrows so I don't blind you guys with that shine. Next, the only thing I've been doing with my eyes is curling my eyelashes, so I'm going to do that. I find that I don't enjoy wearing mascara as much during the summer because, one, I don't have a mascara that I really like right now, and I also just don't want to have to worry about it smudging, so a really good curl is kind of all I feel like I need. And once I've curled my lashes, you can see they're kind of like clumpy together, so I just take my finger and kind of break them apart and put them where I want to be. And for some people, this might not feel like a massive difference, but for me, I do feel like it opens my eyes a little bit. I feel like my eyes look bigger. I feel like I'm more awake. So I've actually been curling my eyelashes pretty much every day. I will be honest, the thought has crossed my mind, like, do eyelash curlers damage your lashes? If so, let me know because I'd rather know now than after I've done something awful. But I'm pretty gentle with it. Just give it like a few little squeezes and then good to go. Brows, again, I'm in between brow gels, so I'm just kind of like pushing them up with my fingers, shaping them where I want them to be and hoping that they stay in place all day, which they never do, but that's okay. So the next thing that I grab, actually the next two things that I grabbed were both in my favorites videos, and I've just been wearing them every day because I think they're absolutely gorgeous products. And the first is the Kjaer Weis Bronzer in Dazzling. I'm just completely obsessed with it. And I lay this down first, kind of where I would normally put blush, and then I just bring it back, and it gives my skin that like golden, beautiful glow that you get when you've been in the sun. Not when you've been like burned or anything like that. Just when you've been in the sun all day and you're like, you know, just a little bit tanned and a little bit sun-kissed. So you can see I'm bringing this like on the apples of my cheeks and then almost to where you would put highlighter, and then just dragging it back towards my hairline. Because this formula is so creamy, it's incredibly easy to blend, so you don't really have to worry about applying too much. I always take some across the bridge of my nose and then a little bit up by my forehead. Again, because I have this scab healing, I try not to draw too much attention to my forehead, and this does have a bit of a shimmer in it, so I'm going pretty light up here. You can also apply this to your eyes, but for today I'm just going to leave it on my face. And the last little place that I add a little is just on the tip of my chin. And I kind of just build it up until I feel like I have the kind of warm glow that I want. It's kind of funny because you wouldn't guess that this color translates into a warm glow, but it's kind of perfect. It's not an orangey glow, it's like a golden glow. Really love this, highly recommend this. Next thing, over top of that, I'm going to be applying the Oleoso Balm number 9. This was the other product that I talked about in my favorites video. I'm just going to be applying it to the apples of my cheeks and blending it back again over top of that bronzer. So I end up getting this really pretty flush of color that's incredibly natural. It has a lot of luminosity to it, so I don't need a highlight, but it just feels like such a warm, flush of color. And just so you guys know, for me, this makeup wears really well all day and it's so comfortable. It's all very lightweight products. And I'm just gonna apply a little on the bridge of my nose, a little over the chin. And again, I can continue to build this up to be as strong as I want, but I tend to go for a natural flush, and then with whatever's left over on my fingers, I just kind of take it over the bronzer that I put on my forehead. Just make sure everything's kind of cohesive. And then as a final step, I apply whatever lip color I want to be wearing. I'm going to show you guys my everyday lip color, but I've definitely paired this look with a bolder lip, with pretty much any lip color, just because you have sort of this fresh face dewy look going on, so you can kind of put whatever you want on your lips and just adjust the blush accordingly. But I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie. This is Kosas in Rose Water, and I just sort of dab it on the center of my lips and kind of define my Cupid's bow. Rub my lips together and then take my finger and just kind of smush it in. This is kind of a no makeup look. It's definitely the makeup that I gravitate towards. And I know I said that was a finishing step, but really the final step is just to go in back with the powder. Make sure those areas that I don't want to be shiny are not shiny. Although I do love a dewy glow. And that's it. So that is my everyday summer makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's very lightweight, so comfortable. I call it heat proof just because it's low maintenance. All you have to do is kind of watch to make sure that product isn't moving around too much, and if it is, then just kind of tap it back into place. It's super, super lightweight. Like I was saying, all of these products are really comfortable on your skin. So if you're struggling to find things that work for you during the summer, then I would highly recommend checking these out. I'd love to know if you guys have a summer makeup routine or products that you've absolutely been loving this summer. Thank you for actually getting ready with me. I am officially ready for the day. I just gotta let my hair air dry and then I will be good to go. As always, all the products that I mentioned will be listed down below for you guys. Again, we are so close to 5,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. I can't wait for that giveaway. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll subscribe down below for videos always featuring clean green beauty. And if you're not new to my channel, then a massive thank you for tuning into another video. I really appreciate all of your support and I hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Bye.